Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with another weekly check-in video. Today we're going to be weekly checking in for week 3 of my July monthly budget, which for me personally will be from July the 19th until the 25th. After this week, I still have one more, but I probably won't film a weekly check-in for this, but rather a budget results video just because it'll be the end of the month anyways. So that's kind of where I like to include my last weekly check-in. So yes, I have quite a bit of expenses here all ready to lay down in my budget expense stickers. And as you guys can see, I do have a red one this week, which I'm sure you guys want to know what that's about. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I'll lay down the budget expense stickers. And for that, I'll go ahead and just reference my pocket planner. I actually didn't make small cash envelopes for this planner this month, but that's okay. It's just been really crazy with having to move and all of that at the end of this month. So I really wanted to prioritize cash envelope orders and other orders in my shop rather than making myself cash envelopes. So that's the main reason why I haven't. But I'm gonna go ahead and look through all of my expense trackers here. So the first expense that I had was on the 19th. Let me zoom in a little bit. I spent $40 for gas, which I mentioned this I think in last weekly check-ins video, but I told you guys that I was going to be over budget in gas because I had already pumped it this day. So instead of using a red sticker, I just went ahead and used the same gas since I am over budget in that category. Next, on the 20th, I went to Food for Less, so grocery shopping. Me and Paul actually split this, so my part was $38 for groceries this day. Then on the 21st, I had an unbudgeted expense, and this was one that I thought I wouldn't get charged this month, but since I am moving, I decided to cancel my gym membership just because the gym that I'm currently going to is only in the Orange County area, and I'm moving to LA, so there's none of those gyms over there. So I thought that it wouldn't make sense to just keep a gym membership that I honestly haven't really gone to in a while. So I canceled that. So for that reason, they charged me $22.99 once again to cancel. And then this way I'll have access until the end of August. So it's essentially my August payment a little bit earlier because that's when I decided to cancel it. So that is an unbudgeted expense for this month. Then I don't have anything on the 22nd. Well, actually, I did go ahead and give a tip on the 22nd. I used my last $15 there, as you guys can see. But aside from that, no spending from my cash envelopes. Now on the 23rd, I went out to eat with my friend Claudia. We had brunch. And if you guys would have been here for last weekly check-ins, then you guys know that I'm actually out of eating out money. But I'm still using my eating out expense sticker, which let me show you my key here. I still have not received my coil clip connector, but yes, I overspent for eating out this month, and I usually don't ever do this. Like once I'm out of eating out money, I just won't spend anymore. But to be honest guys, I had not seen Claudia in a really long time, and it turns out that she's actually moving to Oregon in like 2 weeks. So of course I was going to hang out with her, and honestly I didn't care about my budget then and there because my friend is leaving, guys. I can't believe that she's actually moving, but I'm so happy for her, and I can't wait for her new journey. So yeah, all of that to say that I'm over budget in eating out, but once again I did use my eating out expense tracking sticker just because that is the category that I'm over budget in. So that is what I spent on the 23rd. And this will be good because I've been debating whether to increase my eating out spending now that I'll be living on my own. Nobody else is paying for my food at any time. So that is something that I want to make sure to note because I only went out to eat a few times. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 brunches and like 2 like smaller things like Jack in the Box and Starbucks. So that's a pretty, I think, good amount. I wouldn't want to go over this, I think, but let's go ahead and check out how much I spent in the weekly check-in section. But before we go to that, I have 3 more expenses at the end of this week. On the 25th, I bought some hair dye. So I used Okay, I was supposed to get a beauty, not an allowance. See, this is why I would like my key to be where it needs to be. Because I completely forgot. Okay, so I bought some hair dye on the 25th for $27.96. I bought it from Amazon. Also, I do get questions on which hair dye I use. So if you're interested in like picking up the same one I get, I have it in my Amazon favorites and my Amazon storefront. I will leave a link for that down below, as well as every other favorite that I've purchased from Amazon, like TikTok made me buys and stuff like that. So definitely check that link out. So hair dye for $27.96. Then I purchased some groceries from Target for $27.98 and $17.03 for household. I think I bought some sunscreen. So that was $17.03 and that came out of household. And those were all of my expenses, which now that I'm looking at these, do I even have a no spend day? Okay, I do. I have 2 no spend days. Great. I'm gonna lay down my payday sticker on the 20th. That is when my shop gets paid. And then I did get a small paycheck from YouTube on the 21st. And then for no spend days, I had one on the 22nd and on the 24th, which is kind of how things have been going every single week, pretty much. So I'm pretty sure I won't have that many no spend days at the end of the month. Hopefully I'm a little better this week since I'll be very stressed about moving. I think I should be better, but yes, now that I'm done laying those stickers down, let me bring you guys to the weekly check-in page. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and write down my categories really quick. These are my cash envelopes, so groceries, household, eating out, allowance, beauty, gas, and unbudgeted. And now I am ready to check in for week 3. So let's just make dashes here since I don't use the rollover section in this week. And let's go ahead and start. So for groceries, let me bring my key back here. For groceries, I have 2 expenses, one for Food for Less of $38 and one for Target of $27.98. So that is a total of $65.98 spent. And last week I had $103.40. So now I have $37.42 remaining for the rest of the week. So the last few days of the month, which I think is a pretty okay amount. I don't think I'm going to be buying, like, making a big grocery run this week since I am moving. So I think that's a pretty good amount. Now next we have household, or I have household. I spent $17.03 Target. So $17.03 spent for household, minus the $97.49 from last week. Means that I have $80.46 remaining. Honestly, I did end up going to IKEA for things for my apartment, which I'm counting as a separate thing since I am going to be filming and making a moving budget. So this is, I think, the main reason why I have so much money, as well as I haven't purchased any essentials like laundry detergent, toilet paper, paper towels, all of that, because I'm moving. I don't see why I'm going to do that right now. So if anything, I might end up, I think as of now, budgeting a little bit less for next month and just rolling this amount over. And I think I should be good by then. I think that's what I'm planning on doing, just a heads up. But that's what I have left over for household. Then for eating out, like I mentioned, I went to brunch. So I spent $22 and I had 0 here. So that means that I am over budget and eating out by $22. Just write that with red, which is a good and bad thing. Of course, it's a bad thing because I don't want to be over budget and eating out, but this is good that I'm tracking it in this section, so then that way I know how much I should potentially increase my eating out cash envelope to. So that was that. I don't think I had any expenses for allowance. I did not, so I'm going to just put 0 here. And last week I had $15.32, so that's what I have remaining for this week as well. And then beauty, I bought some hair dye. And that was $27.96. So $27.96 spent from the $147.45 I had remaining last week. So that means that I have $118.49 left over, which I'm actually, of course, on the next week already. I did just purchase my serum with this money, which I mentioned that I was kind of leaning towards in last weekly check-ins video. So I'm really excited that I had some money left over since I didn't get my nails done this month. So that's beauty. And then I do have an expense for gas right here of $40. I think this was the day, yeah, this was the day that I went to IKEA with my cousin Darren. So I did drive all the way to Burbank and back. So of course that made me, spend gas money. Last week I had $20 remaining and I spent $40 this week. So that means that I'm over budget by $20 so far. I think I should be good for this upcoming week. I think I should be good. Okay, and the last one that I have here is my unbudgeted expense, which I just talked about a few moments back. I had to pay like the cancellation fee or the last month of my gym membership. So that was $22.99. And I hadn't had any unbudgeted expenses before this, so I'm just going to go ahead and write negative $22.99, which this is crazy, guys. I don't think I've had this many red markings in a week ever. This has never happened to me. But I really just think that that I have so much going on and I'm taking such a big step in my life that my budget is kind of out of whack right now, which is okay. I don't expect my budget to be like this every single month, and it's never been like this. So I'm just giving myself some grace at this point. Yeah, okay, so that's the weekly check-in part of this video. Not too happy about these numbers, although I do have, a pretty good amounts for beauty and household, and I do still have grocery spending, but yeah, wow. All right, that's this. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys to my sinking fund section. I've had 2 expenses since the last time that I saw you guys. One of them was for the electricity payment that came on the 22nd, and this ended up being $184 or something, but Paul helped me out with $50, so I just spent $134.17 for that. I pay for this every other month, but I know the past 2 times that I've paid for this bill, it's only been around $140 something. So I thought that it would be the same this month, but no, it was $184, which is crazy to me. But yeah, that's what I spent for that. And then I spent for my date night fund on the 22nd, $20. This wasn't really a date, by the way. But I did have some money there and I did go out. Yeah, that was the $20 from there. Just wanted to make things clear. That is all that I have for today's video, I think. Oh yeah, okay, so the last thing that I want to show you guys is my variable income page here. I've had 2 business expenses since last week. One of them was actually for some rings, the ring that I'm actually wearing right now. This is a gold one, and then I also got a silver one, and I thought I would make it a business expense because I'm showing my hands all the time and you guys are, I'm showing them on the video, so that's why I made them a business expense. So that was $48.48 from a shop called Carrot Club Co. And then on the 22nd, I paid my usual $15.45 for Epidemic Sound, which is where I get all of my music for my videos. I haven't had any shipping costs. I think I might have some coming next week. Yes, but aside from that, I think we've covered all of our bases here. Yep, that is it. So with that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this weekly check-in video. As always, please do not forget to give it a huge thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already. Like I mentioned, make sure you stay tuned for my moving budget video that I will be having up sometime soon, and hopefully I will get to see you guys on the next video. Bye guys!